Hello, I'm Jenna. Welcome to the Get Back Up movement. Today's video is a super rare, hardly talked about manifestation technique by Neville Goddard, and it is called the knot technique. Neville Goddard was a New Age author, a mystic, and he often wrote on the more esoteric aspects of the Bible. He was also thought to be one of the pioneers of the law of assumption. This is one of my favorite Neville Goddard manifestation techniques because it balances the conscious and subconscious mind. Anytime I have tried this technique has floored me because it is so fast. Every time I have tried this, it has worked. And every time I have tried this, it has been so fast. And the whole idea behind the knot technique is that we are whole as we are. We have every single thing that we need as we are. We need nothing outside of ourselves. And when you need nothing, you can attract anything. You can attract it all. When you don't need anything, you have everything. When you're trying to remember the name of a song and you are trying and trying to remember the name of that song, and you are so attached to trying to figure out the name of that song and it eludes you. When you are looking for something and you look everywhere and you can't find it, as soon as you stop trying to find it, that is when you find it. As soon as you let go of your attachment to remembering the name of that song, it comes back. This is the thought process behind the knot technique. Anytime that we are trying to manifest something, if we are desperate in our attempts, if we are clinging on to the outcome, if we feel a huge need for whatever that thing is, it's going to elude us. So with this technique, it's in the needing nothing that you can attract anything. The moment that you don't need anything, it all comes to you. When you let go of your attachment to the outcome, when you are no longer focused upon it, and you have the attitude of, if this comes to me, great. If it doesn't, great. I am still great. I am still perfectly whole. I still have everything I need, whether I have this or I don't. When we're trying to manifest and we are moving from the as if it's already mine, what can happen is the subconscious mind can struggle against that. So if you are trying to manifest money, and you are saying, I am wealthy, I am so wealthy, I am incredibly wealthy, your subconscious mind can step in and say, hey, wait a minute here. I don't feel wealthy at all. I look at my bank account and it is not telling me I am wealthy. My senses, my daily experiences, the way that I'm living, it is telling me the opposite. And so your subconscious mind is struggling against it. So it's so cool about this knot technique is that you are erasing that struggle against it by changing the simplest word. Instead of saying, I am so wealthy, instead of saying, I have $1,000 or I have $100, it's, I do not have. I am not wealthy. I do not have $100. I do not have $1,000. Now, the way that the human mind works, the human mind does not know the difference between true and false. The human mind only knows what you tell it over and over and over and over again. The subconscious mind only hears $1,000, $1,000, $1,000, $100. It's not picking up on the knot. Your conscious mind is. Your part of your mind that likes to struggle against it. Here's the knot. But your subconscious mind is only hearing $1,000, $1,000. So you can see the magic here with how this works. When I decided that this is the video that I was doing, I decided what I wanted to manifest to put this to the test. I've done this technique before in the past, and then it just kind of left my mind for a while. I hadn't really thought about this technique. It pops back in my mind here and there, but it's not something that is talked about all that often. So I sort of forgot about it. But anytime that I do remember, it is so much fun to use this manifestation technique. So I decided that I want to not have $1,000. I do not have $1,000. I don't have $1,000. And that's really it. There is nothing else to this. So once I decided that I was going to not have $1,000, the only other things that I did was I really was feeling the whole idea that if I have the $1,000, it is beautiful. If I don't have the $1,000, that is beautiful too. Either way, I'm good. Either way, I have everything that I need. So that thought process was clear, and I held that belief. Once I decided that I was going to do this, I said, I do not have $1,000. I don't have $1,000. I said it just a few times. Then, as I was going to bed at night, feeling myself get tired, feeling more in a theta brain state as I'm drifting off to sleep, I said, I do not have $1,000. I don't have $1,000. I do not have $1,000. And then I let it go. My husband comes home from work and he says, I got a bonus at work today and it's already been direct deposited into my account. I was sitting at my kitchen table and I had not mentioned anything to him about this. I'm sitting at my kitchen table and I said, how much is it? And he says, well, after taxes and everything else, it was $1,000.87 out of nowhere. He was not expecting a bonus. This wasn't a planned bonus. This came out of nowhere. That $1,000 came because I did the Neville Goddard not technique. I could have said any amount. I chose $1,000. The reason that I chose $1,000 is because it's a number that I'm comfortable with manifesting. I feel like we all have a certain set point. So if $1,000 seems completely unfeasible to you, if you feel like that is something that you would really struggle against, then choose a smaller amount. I have seen people start with $50. I've seen people start with $100. I chose 1,000 because I'm very comfortable with manifesting $1,000. I've done it before. That felt easy enough to me. I've used this technique. I know that it works. And so I felt very comfortable with $1,000. If you're newer to manifestation, then start with a smaller amount. You can always move your way up. What I love about this technique and what I think is so cool about this is the balance of the conscious and subconscious mind. It takes away the conscious mind's struggle against it. while telling the subconscious mind exactly what it wants to hear. It's only picking up $1,000. Your subconscious mind doesn't even pay attention to the knot, while the knot is comforting your conscious mind. And the fact is, we are whole and complete as we are. When you need nothing, you can have it all. So when you're doing this technique, if you try this, really feel the fact that if you have this $1,000, you're good. If you don't have it, you're good. You are whole. You are complete. Either way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you try this manifestation technique. And if you do, I would love to hear your experience with it. And please like this video and subscribe to the Get Back Up movement.